Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have this fall look for you guys. If you like this look, go ahead and stay tuned and watch the video. I give an in-depth tutorial on how to achieve this look. Don't forget to like and subscribe for me so you guys can see more videos like this. Thank you so much. Bye. So first I'm going in with my Prep and Prime Skin. This helps to control the oil on my face without leaving it too drying. So I like to just put that all over my face. And then I go in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow in the color Dark Chocolate. First I always brush through my brows with their Brow Wiz pencil. They have a eyebrow wand at the end, and kind of just brush through your brows. I always start by just taking the product on a flat, like a liner brush from e.l.f. and I do a line underneath my brow and then a line on top. I always start a little further back than the beginning, and then I go back in to the beginning of the brow with the remainder product. I don't double dip. And then I just go ahead and fill in any spaces. I create some depth on my eyebrow, give it some dimension, fill in anywhere that there's any sparseness with very light strokes. So now I'm going in with another e.l.f. brush. This is just a flat brush as well. I don't know the name of it, but I'll put all of that in the description box for you guys. But I'm going in and carving out my brows using concealer. The concealer that I'm using is the LA Girl Pro Conceal, and this is the color Warm Honey. And I like to just get really close and really carve out my eyebrows. I like a carve out eyebrow look. That's my personal preference. So I just take my time with doing this step because I know I like my brows that way. So on top, to carve out the top of my brow, I go in, I don't think I did it here, I may have made a mistake, but I usually go in with a darker color concealer, and that's usually Fawn. It kind of matches my skin tone. I may have grabbed the wrong concealer and not even noticed it here, but I just do the same thing that I did to the top. I try to get as close as possible and really carve out my eyebrows. And I do the same exact thing to both sides. You want to make sure that your flat top brush is not like the hairs aren't spread apart. You want to make sure that they are really tight together and flat so that your brush creates the ultimate like carved brow, and your concealer is very thick, I guess I would say. So then I'm just spreading that, blending that product out with the tip of that brush, getting as close as possible to the brow without having concealer go onto the brow. And the key is, in this step, is to blend, blend, blend. So first I'm going in with this e.l.f. brush and I'm blending it out, and then you'll see me later going with another more dense brush to blend it out some more. So now I'm taking this MAC brush. I don't know the number off the top of my head. But I'm also it's a more denser brush. It's a concealer brush, and it's just buffing that product out even more. Having it, I'm really be grading it into the skin. And I really like this brush for blending. So then I'm going in with my Studio Finish concealer in the color NC45 to prime my eyelids, to create a good base for our eyeshadow so we don't have any slipping or sliding of our eyeshadow. And then I'm using that dense concealer brush again by MAC to blend my eyeshadow on my lids out. I'm sorry, my concealer on my lids out. So now I'm going into the Juvia's Place palette. This is the Nubian palette, and I'm taking this flesh tone eyeshadow for deeper, darker skin tones, and I'm just setting that concealer that I put on my eyelid. This just helps your eyeshadow stay on a bit longer. So now I'm going in with my ItsMyRayeRaye palette, and I'm taking that color up there. Don't know off the top of my head what it is. And I'm taking this Morphe, kind of a crease brush by Morphe. Again, I will put all the names and the numbers of the brushes in the description box, so check that out. And I'm just adding this color into my crease. I'm creating some dimension with my crease. I'm deepening it, and just allowing for a bolder crease. So now I'm going in with my MAC palette. This is the Burgundy ×9, and I'm creating some more dimension into my crease with the darkest burgundy color that they have. I was really going for a sultry, maybe kind of smoky eye, just based around burgundies, really dark burgundies, and a metallic pink. So I'm just taking my time, making sure that I'm blended to perfection. I like a real blended eye look. I just feel like it makes the eye look more uniform. It makes it pop more when it blends out. So I just take my time to blend. I give myself at least 15 minutes just for my eyeshadow. Don't judge me, but I just like to make sure it's really blended. So now I'm taking this Real Techniques brush. I don't know the name again, but I'm just blending out that eyeshadow even more with that brush. No extra product was on that brush. So I'm taking this fluffier brush from Morphe, and then using my Anastasia Soft Glam palette, I'm taking the color, I know this one guys, it's Mulberry. I'm taking that and I'm also adding that into my crease area, more so focusing on the outer corners and not on the inside. And then I'm just making sure that it's blended. That's the key for a great eyeshadow look. No matter the colors, no matter the depth that you're going for the crease, you just want to make sure it's always really blended. So now I'm taking my LA Girl Pro Conceal again in the color Fawn. I'm adding it on that flat top brush I used to carve my concealer out. And if you guys pay close attention, I popped some on my lid and then I looked up to cut my crease to know where I wanted to end my cut crease. So when you look up, that's just like a really good cheat way to do it, fast, effective, and easy. I like doing that, and then I just follow that natural line that was created when I looked up, and that's just a really good indicator on where you should probably end your cut crease. And then you just want to pack that concealer, well, not pack, you want to smooth it out almost, but not to where it's transparent. You want a good amount of product on there. So you just want to you just want to define that cut crease that you made using the concealer. And take your time for this part because it's really easy to mess up the line on the cut crease and then your eyeshadow is gonna look crazy. So take your time. See, I grabbed my 10x magnification mirror to get even closer so that line is really perfected. And a lot of people who have hooded eyes, like myself, are afraid to do cut crease because it's really easy for your eyeshadow to get lost, but just follow that natural line that you created. So I'm going back in with my Burgundy x9 palette from MAC, and I'm taking this shimmery pink color, and I'm taking a flat packing, a dome shaped flat packing brush by e.l.f., and I'm packing that all over where we cut the crease. Everywhere that has that fawn color concealer, I'm going in with this color and I am covering that up. And just follow that line naturally. Don't go above it, don't go too far under it. You want to go exactly where you have all the concealer. From your inner tear duct to the outside corner of your eye. And then I'm going back in with that Morphe crease brush, and I'm taking a little bit more of that Mulberry color from the Soft Glam palette, and I'm blending out my eyeshadow from the crease, from the inner corner to the outer corner, into that cut crease, so the line isn't so harsh. Some people go for a harsh cut crease look. It just depends on the day. For me today, I wanted a semi-harsh look, so I'm blending. I'm going back into that Burgundy x9 palette. I'm taking the lightest shimmery pink color that they have, and I'm adding it to the inner corner tear duct of my eye. It's kind of like a gradient, kind of. I just like the look of your tear duct being very light in comparison to the rest of your eye. I do it for almost all of my eyeshadow looks. And the brush that I use here is from the ItsMyRayeRaye palette. I'm sorry, the ItsMyRayeRaye collaboration with BH Cosmetics. So now I'm going in with my foundation routine. I use the Estee Lauder Double Wear in 6W1, and I also mix that in with my Clinique Acne Solutions because I've been having a terrible flare up of acne. So I just want to also treat my skin while I am having the luxury of wearing makeup. I feel like if your skincare isn't the best, if your skin isn't best, your makeup won't look the best. So I like to just do 2-in-1 and treat my skin while I also have makeup on. So I'm just taking my beauty blender. It is damp, and I am covering my my discoloration and hyperpigmentation up with my foundation. And if you guys, you will notice that I pack a lot of foundation on because my skin is going through it right now. But once it clears up, I usually use less foundation than this. Maybe just 2 pumps. Usually it's just 2 pumps of my Double Wear and I'm good to go. But here I use 2 to 3 pumps of my Double Wear from Estee Lauder, as well as probably 2 or 3 pumps of that Clinique Acne Solutions foundation. So if you do have discoloration, just make sure you have enough foundation on. You could go in and color correct before. I used to do that. I stopped doing it, however, because I just found it to be too much product, and I would have creasing and moving of product, and I just didn't like it. So I just make sure I'm doing enough enough foundation initially. And you also want to make sure that you blend into your jawline. So I'm going in with the Studio Finish Concealer again in the shade NC45, and I'm just going to highlight all the places on my face where I want to bring some brightness to. So under my eyes is number 1. I do my chin, forehead, and then down the bridge of my nose. So I usually let it dry for a little bit, and then I go in and start blending it in. For some reason, my routine is to always start with my chin, my nose, my forehead, and then I go under each eye. So when you're blending out your concealer under your eye, you want to go as close to your nose as possible, because it kind of helps create a natural contour, a natural looking contour without having to go in with any additional darker concealer around the nose. So it's just a bit easier when you're contouring to just go closer to the nose as possible. So then I take my Studio Fix Plus and I spray my face with it. I feel like it just helps everything set in and melt into your face as a precursor to any finishing spray like my all-nighter. I also spray that onto my beauty blender, and then I take my Studio Fix powder and I use that with my beauty blender to set under my eyes, and you guys will see it just makes your concealer melt into your face so flawlessly. And this is a trick that I learned that I literally fell in love with the first time I did it, and I have not stopped. I just hit all the points of my face where I'm adding that brightness. Of that color for the Studio Fix powder was also MC45. So now I'm taking my Sacha Buttercup powder, and I'm using this fluffy brush from Real Techniques to set that powder under my eye. And this is going to further set what we have done with our concealer and add some more brightness. So I'm hitting all those points that I did with my concealer, under my eyes, my chin, the bridge of my nose, and I add a little bit to my smile lines just to help with any creasing that may occur. Oh yeah, and our forehead. So I'm taking our Studio Fix Finish again, and I'm spraying that to melt it all in. And then I'm going in with our NYX NYX Control Freak Eyebrow Gel. And then I'm taking this Black Radiance powder in the color I believe it's mahogany, and I'm creating a small, like a light contour, and I'm using this Real Techniques sculpting brush. So like if you ever have any creasing, or if your eye starts to water just a little bit, just take your beauty blender, no extra product, and just soak that up. I like this brush for contouring. It just makes it a bit easier, just the shape of the brush. It is a wide set brush, but it is dense. I like to contour my forehead, the sides of my cheekbones, and then my jawline. So I'm taking this brush from the ItsMyRayeRaye collaboration with BH Cosmetics, and I'm just lightly contouring my nose, nothing too serious. And then I'm taking this Milani blush in the color Romantic Rose, as well as another brush from the BH Cosmetics collaboration with ItsMyRayeRaye, and I am adding some blush to my face. I'm not really big on blush, but I just want that color back, so I usually just stick to the same color blushes. So now I'm going in with my ItsMyRayeRaye palette, and I'm using those two top highlighters and then my Morphe fan brush, and I'm just adding a subtle highlight, a subtle glow, nothing too much. I'm not dripping in this video, just something subtle. I do my cheekbones, and then I do my nose and under my eyebrows, and then I always do some right above my lip, on my cupid's bow. And this brush just makes your highlight just blend so easily. So I'm taking my MAC 3D Lash Dimension mascara and putting that on my eyelashes, and then I pop my lashes on off camera because it's just easy for me to do that. So for under eye eyeshadow, I'm going in with the two darkest colors that I use, so that would be Mulberry and then that color from the MAC palette, and I'm using the brush that comes with all of the Anastasia palettes, and I'm using that flatter end to get right underneath my eye. So that's the darkest color as well, and I use that on the perimeter, and then Mulberry first. So then I'm going in with some eyeliner, and I'm just going right into the waterline of the eye. That was a Tarte eyeliner. So now I'm taking the NARS matte lipstick in the color Rock With You. This is one of my favorite fall colors. This color, and then MAC's metallic liquid lip color in the color Crowned are my two favorite go-to fall colors. This one's more solid, but the MAC one is like kind of shimmery but not too much. But they're really good fall colors, a perfect burgundy, especially for deeper, darker skin tones. But they do look great on every skin tone. I just prefer how it makes the goldenness and the warmth of our faces pop for our darker girls. So I'm just making sure that I'm filling in my lips properly. It's the hardest thing to do. Then I'm going in with my all-nighter, and I'm setting my face. This literally keeps your makeup together all day. Alright, thanks so much guys. That was my tutorial. I hope you enjoyed.